Good day, I'm Adrian Atkinson and this is your JIS News for Monday, October 9, 2023. Residents of several communities in rural Westmoreland are set to benefit from regularized electrification works and improvement in social services. Minister of Energy Darrell Vaz and key partners conducted a recent tour of the Barracks Road, Farm Pen, Landilo, Cook Street and Prospect communities to assess the scope of work to be done. The rural electrification program is being operated under a Memorandum of Understanding with the Jamaica Public Service Company and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. Minister Vaz says the fact-finding tour will help in drafting funding allocations for next year's budget.
The first location, Barracks Road,
yes,
that is a project that's approved. That is a tender. And that should start, the tender should be evaluated and work start December, January. And it's an 8-week turnaround. We are here at Cook Street. This one is a little different to the others that we have visited because I understand that there's 293 households and it is probably approximately 30% that are properly wired.
The Farm Pen, Landilo and Prospect communities were assessed as new projects under the program. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton is assuring Jamaicans that his ministry is on top of the dengue situation. He says vector control teams were mobilized in July and the outbreak mitigation plan is successfully reducing the impact on the population.
We're not on top of it, and I want to reassure the member that we are on top of the outbreak, or certainly the situation, which involves all of us. We have been making preparations, but we could not declare officially an outbreak until the data was available. But that does not mean we have not mobilized the troops in the field, sensitized the critical public health team at the parish level or otherwise, and they weren't out there doing their work. And I suspect it is because of that why we are in a better position.
Dr. Tufton was making an address to Parliament recently. The Health Ministry's dengue outbreak mitigation plan includes search and destroy operations, clinical management, workforce management, surveillance and public education. Minister Tufton adds that testing for dengue is ongoing and that the country has all the material needed to do this. The public is meanwhile being reminded to do weekly search and destroy activities for Aedes aegypti mosquito breeding sites in their environment. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie is asking that a counterbalance be struck with the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, and residents to ensure timely garbage collection and proper disposal practices.
There is a fundamental note that we need to strike in this country. And I will die saying this. If we give every community in Jamaica a garbage truck, if the minds of many Jamaicans don't change, we're still going to be faced with the same problems. We have an obligation as a people to work also to ensure that we dispose of our garbage in the right way.
Minister McKenzie was speaking during a recent tour of Western Hanover. He informed residents that the procurement for an additional 50 garbage trucks was advanced, with the trucks expected by the end of this year or early in 2024. The National Land Agency, NLA, is reporting that it has issued over 8,000 titles under the Systematic Land Registration Program since it began in 2021. The agency was mandated by the government to deliver a total of 20,000 titles in 3 years. Of this number, 12,000 are to be issued under the Systematic Land Registration Program, SLRP. The agency has so far issued 12,224 certificates of title, 8,284 under the SLRP. Systematic land registration is the methodical and orderly registration of parcels of land in a designated area known as the Systematic Adjudication Area. The project is currently being administered in St. Elizabeth, St. Catherine and Manchester, and over 100 communities have been declared as systematic adjudication areas. The Adjudication Services Division of the NLA assists landowners who have been in undisturbed and undisputed possession of their land for 12 years or more to claim ownership via this process. And finally, persons in and around St. Andrew now have access to more than 2,000 justices of the peace, following the recent commissioning of an additional 100 JPs in the parish. Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck has implored the new JPs to ensure that they serve the public.
I beg of you,
Let it mean something. Let the words mean something. That you're going to be promoting justice and you're going to, in your own small way, assist in securing peace in our country.
He reminded the new justices of the peace that they are to serve with humility.
You must be, as you have been trained and taught, of unquestionable integrity, and I always add, unblemished character. You have some JPs who from the get the JP, they're looking to see how they can earn from it. That's not what the Justice of the Peace is about.
The Justice of the Peace Act was amended in 2018 to expand the jurisdiction of JPs to allow them to serve anywhere on the island. JPs also serve in the drug court and are required to visit prisons, children's homes and homes for the aged. Over the past 6 years, 862 JPs have been commissioned in St. Andrew. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for watching.